Ghana is at the International Monetary Fund for the 17th time seeking economic bailout. This decision has seen the government implement some austere measures, including a debt restructuring program and key expenditure cuts. Education think tank Africa Education Watch believes going to the IMF will further put pressure on the government to reduce its budgetary allocation to the education sector. The group bemoans the GETFund may no longer serve its purpose in the future since its earmarked funds for education are diverted for budgetary support.
This budget, because we need to meet the IMF conditions of raising revenue from within to finance the budget more, and that not going to the bond market to borrow to finance it. We are taking money for education and moving it to general budget support, and it's depriving education of its funding. The implication is that GETFund cannot create the fiscal space it needs to finance education infrastructure. This will worsen because more and more funds will be diverted from education taxes because of the IMF conditionality.
Kofi Asare was speaking during a presentation of a policy brief on Ghana's IMF program and its implication on public education. He bemoans a freeze on public sector employment and the delay in the release of capitation grants may further put pressure on the sector under an IMF program.
IMF interim freeze conditionality is totally inimical, it's obnoxious. It has no interest at heart for education, and we will continue to kick against that policy. We want to see full budgetary allocation for capitation grant and other expenditure lines that were cut by 40% in the main budget. And we see an opportunity for the Minister of Finance and the Minister of Education to make amends and do the needful in the supplementary budget so that we don't, sacrifice basic education for macroeconomic stability.
But a fiscal policy specialist with Oxfam, Dr. Alex Ampabing, wants President Akufo-Addo to assent to the tax exemption bill, which is currently before him, in order to contribute in easing the pressure on government expenditure.
There are some key areas where I believe government could have looked at. Ghana gives away 4 to 5% of our GDP in tax exemptions. The multinational companies coming here. So you see, big company, you think they are paying taxes, they pay nothing to the government. That is equivalent of about $4 billion a year, what we give away. Now we are going to IMF, we are going to be tied to a program. We are going to spend about another 10 years to repay this money when we are giving that money every year to companies. As I'm talking to you, the bill is still before the president for assent. So you are going to IMF for $3 billion. You have about the same amount you are giving away in tax exemptions every year. Parliament has passed the law, and the bill is still sitting on the shelves of the president, waiting to be assented. That is gone.